Today we need to talk about V allegedly being used for clout over a group. We then have accusations that Jennie is talking about V during a concert and what that's about. And then we have V backstage with Cartier and what happened there. So hey Dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Hate it or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Grab your dumpling, a taste-spilling mug merch, and let's go. So they don't call V the sold out king for no reason. Every time V endorses something or talks about something, ARMYs will buy it. At this point, it's pretty well known that V or BTS members are not going to just endorse something without doing high checks on the brand and then also making sure that the product is actually good. V has recently signed on to be the global ambassador of Cartier, and he is doing such a great job with that. Cartier posted their story in Korean allegedly talking about how they have been pursuing V for a long time and was finally able to secure V into the Cartier family. Artists nowadays don't need to be ambassadors of a big brand in order to make money, and they definitely don't need it to be famous. Posting a video on TikTok doing a viral dance would generate enough buzz and attention than a brand campaign with billboards could even do. We've seen K-pop videos get 50 million views, which a billboard in one city could never reach that many people. And artists will make more going on tour or selling their CDs. However, if the artist is not currently doing any of that, as in they're still in the making of their CD and is definitely currently not touring, a good way to bridge the gap and keep their name in everyone's mouth is to do brand deals. Brands will pay millions of dollars for a photo shoot here and there wearing their product, and you remain in their advertisements and billboards without doing much more work than after the initial photo or video shoot. BTS has always worked with a lot of smaller brands like Koei, Water Filter, which is so random, but it goes to show they only work with brands they are passionate about or use, rather than just taking every big brand that would potentially reach out to them. So when you're an ambassador of a fashion brand, there's usually a specific product the brand wants to push using your face. In this case, Cartier wanted to give V the Panther necklace. It's very stunning, and just like any Cartier product, it's only going to go up in value. It was surprising, or maybe not so surprising, you be the judge, to hear that the necklace sold out. There's versions of it. There's a ring that costs 13,000 USD and another that is almost 80,000 USD. Then we have necklaces ranging in the 20,000 mark. I think it was the necklace that sold out, and obviously this is shocking to me because ARMYs always complain about being broke and not being able to afford the latest BTS releases, but somehow they all sold out the necklace. Now, the selling out part is not unusual for BTS members, but definitely when it's this high in price. But the part that makes it less shocking is probably that Cartier doesn't sell many of these necklaces or rings. People were saying Cartier is likely raking in millions, and yes, but probably not from these products. Probably from ARMYs going onto the site and buying other things. If a product is being sold for a whopping $80,000, the company probably only manufactures like 5 of them or whatever, because they know your average day-to-day person won't buy that. So how many multimillionaires or billionaires are going to walk into the store, and how many of those are going to buy it? So those super high-end products usually sit there for a while, so they don't want a warehouse full of these types of high-end products. Also, if Cartier makes 1 million of these products, I doubt they would be worth 80,000 anymore, because the price also comes from exclusivity. So I guess that the shock would be the amount of millionaires that had even seen the campaign and bought it. It was even more beautiful to see the campaign and of course V wearing the necklace and the Cartier behind the scenes shoot. V was wearing a blazer with nothing underneath and was completely bare. ARMYs freaked out to say that he was naked, but joking aside, he definitely did look very good. Of course, V being the ambassador has made headlines. V was also in the headlines for something else that was quite controversial. Nothing he did, but something that people are accusing HYBE of doing. So what happened? NewJeans is having a comeback, and they were set to release a song and music video called Cool With You. Before that video dropped, there were headlines and speculation on who was going to be in the video. The label did mention that it would feature 2 global stars. It was believed that NewJeans went to Spain to film the video, and then there were rumors of Hoyoung, the girl from Squid Game, and V to be featured in the video. This was believed to either be vocally like V's voice or that they would both be the lead of the story. When Hoyoung was spotted filming something and then V was also spotted filming something around the same time, but not together, it was believed the two would be in NewJeans' music video. When reporters reached out to the company, it was alleged that they said they cannot confirm anything. So naturally there was a lot of speculation involving this, and people thought V would be in the music video. When the music video actually did drop, of course a lot of ARMYs tuned in to watch, and Hoyoung was definitely there. But instead of V being there, it was a Hong Kong star named Tony Leung. Of course, a lot of the headlines and news articles that had initially reported on the rumor got a lot of backlash because they quote-unquote lied, even though it's ethically fine to report on speculation and say that it's speculation. Like, they didn't claim it was fact. But then the company got even more backlash due to the fact that if they initially knew that V was not a part of the music video, why didn't they deny it right off the bat? People said that NewJeans was using BTS and V's name to drum up attention for the music video. This is weird, and it's a weird position because if they denied the rumors, I think people would speculate and say it was true anyway, and that the company is only denying it just to keep it as a surprise. And then on the other hand, there's no point in denying it because then they would have to have ruined the surprise by confirming it was not V but Tony Leung there. I really don't think it was such a big deal. People were calling this a cheap marketing tactic, but the speculation was made up by fans. This quote-unquote marketing tactic wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the people who speculated on it. The news sites and media sites just cover what the audience thinks. So blame yourself, not the company or the media sites. A company going along with the speculation created by the public is not the company's fault. They have no obligation to do any of that. But if the audience is so bent on everything needing to be a certain way, then hold yourself up to those standards and be that way. Stop blaming a corporation for your own actions. And I honestly doubt V would care very much at all. Not that V needs it, but it also drummed up a lot more headlines with his name on it too. So it benefits him as well. And he didn't even have to do anything to get more attention on him. And since he might have a new album out soon, it's good to have as many eyeballs as possible. The only issue with V that has been surfacing even more is of course the dating rumor with Jennie. The two took a very different approach to the dating rumor versus how K-pop idols have done it in the past. At this point, it's very hard to deny that the two are dating. We've just seen so much. However, while it's still speculation, it's now more like advanced speculation. Although I've said so before, I think it's just a PR stunt, my conspiracy. Now, Jennie has gotten a lot of hate for this naturally since she's a girl. She will never get away from slut shaming and all these terrible things. There was this video that ended up going viral of Jennie at the Blackpink concert, and she was singing one of her songs about how she wants a man a certain way, and people clipped the song and added commentary to say, but does V even want her? And this makes no sense to me. If we're going by the rumor and if we're going by that it's true, then both Jennie and V were spotted holding hands together. That's pretty clear in that scenario that V would want her. It wouldn't just be her begging for V. And then she got shamed for doing a gesture. She was dancing when her hand slid down her face and her fingers shaped a V. People were saying this was Jennie's way of purposely calling out for V. And that makes no sense to me. Literally, no artist is thinking that if they move their hand a certain way or move their legs a certain way, and if it forms a letter or something, it's going to mean something else. When someone is doing 50 shows in a week, you think they're thinking about those small details. They're just trying to get through the show and get their money. Others were slut-shaming Jennie because she is allegedly the only one that is constantly dropping these dating V breadcrumbs. But the idea makes no sense to me because it's so obvious that if we're going by alleged breadcrumbs, V has dropped them as well. There was speculation when V walked into the airport wearing the same necklace as Jennie. V has also followed Jennie for a little bit before he unfollowed. And I want to make it clear, I don't think these are in any way evidence of the two dating. However, if these people are saying things like hand gestures and singing about men being breadcrumbs that Jennie is leaving, then the alleged breadcrumbs that V has left would count too. So it's not just one-sided. However, these fans want to slut-shame women and attack women. It's okay to go through these terrible lengths and degrade a gender if it's in the name of protecting V or BTS, right? There should definitely be lines that are drawn on where one can cross when defending another idol. And this is so far past that line. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks for this lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.